Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu Love, Life and Other Stories, dein Podcast für mehr Inspiration und Lebensmut. Mein Name ist Katrin Andrea Preisner und ich freue mich sehr, dass du hier bist. Ich bin systemischer Coach und Gründerin von Heart and Mind Journey. In meiner Arbeit begleite ich Frauen, die spüren, so wie es gerade ist, kann es nicht mehr weitergehen, die sich nach mehr Klarheit sehnen, nach innerer Ruhe und nach dem Mut, endlich ihren eigenen, ganz persönlichen Weg zu gehen. Mit Klarheit, Selbstvertrauen und innerer Freiheit unterstütze ich sie dabei, alte Blockaden zu lösen, Ängste loszulassen und kraftvolle Entscheidungen zu treffen. Mein Herzensanliegen ist es, Menschen in Phasen der Veränderung, an Lebensgabelungen oder in Momenten der Orientierungslosigkeit zu stärken, damit sie wirklich ihr volles Potenzial entfalten und ihren ganz eigenen, erfüllten Weg gehen können. Für ein Leben in tiefer Verbundenheit mit sich selbst und somit mit allen anderen. In diesem Podcast nehme ich dich mit in meine Welt, eine Welt voller Geschichten, Geschichten, die das Leben schreibt. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur heutigen Folge, in der ich die wunderbare Sabrina Engelhardt zu Gast habe. Sabrina ist Beziehungscoach, Mutter und Ehefrau und auch eine Frau, die mit beeindruckender Klarheit ihren eigenen ganz persönlichen Herzensweg geht. In unserem Gespräch tauchen wir tief in die Frage ein, was es wirklich bedeutet, das anzunehmen, was gerade dran ist. Auch wenn es vielleicht auf den ersten Blick oder auch den zweiten chaotisch, unangenehm oder weit entfernt von perfekt ist. Sabrina teilt ihre Sicht darauf, warum Scheitern nicht unbedingt das Gegenteil von Erfolg sein muss, sondern tatsächlich vielleicht sogar ein Teil davon sein kann. Und dass es im Leben nicht darum geht, einen perfekten, lückenlosen Lebenslauf vorweisen zu können, sondern darum, wirklich dem zu folgen, was wirklich mit einem selbst in Resonanz geht. Wir sprechen über ihre transformierende Arbeit als Beziehungscoach, vor allen Dingen, wie wir schwierige Beziehungsmuster erkennen und auflösen können, die wir ganz oft schon in unserer Kindheit erlernt haben und wie echte Verbindung durch Offenheit und emotionale Tiefe entstehen kann. Verletzbarkeit kann der Schlüssel oder ist vielleicht der Schlüssel zu echter Intimität. Und wie können wir wirklich durch aktives Zuhören unsere Beziehungen verändern? Hier gibt uns Sabrina tiefe Einblicke und auch in das, was zu ihren Erfahrungen bei den Tony Roberts Retreats, was sie da mitgenommen hat, und zwar, dass Leid tatsächlich zu 100% eine Wahl ist. Freue dich auf eine super ehrliche, inspirierende Folge über Mut, innere Klarheit und echte Verbindungen in unseren Beziehungen und im Leben. Ganz viel Spaß! Hello and a warm welcome to a new episode of Love, Life and Other Stories. Today my guest is Sabrina Engelhardt. Sabrina is a relationship coach and we met in our coaching training already how many years back? 2 years back. And there we get quite well along with each other, and like I always observed on Instagram and with personal messages like Sabrina's current path, where she is going, what she's doing, and I found her always very inspiring. So I'm very, very happy that she is now my guest. A warm welcome to you, Sabrina. Hi.
Thank you, Catherine. Well, I give you back the compliment. I think your energy when we were both studying in Berlin was always very contagious, and I think you're very brave, very courageous, and very inspiring in the path you chose for your own life. So I really give you back this compliments, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for being here. So,
Of course.
like maybe you could give us, or like I know you already, but like all the people who are listening, maybe a short introduction to yourself, who you are, what you're doing. Maybe also, if you want to share fun fact what nobody knows about you.
Of course. So, my name is Sabrina. I'm from Geneva, Switzerland. I moved to Germany because I fell in love with my roommate, with my flatmate. Actually, we studied in Tessin in Switzerland, in the Italian part. And now I'm married to this wonderful man. We have 2 daughters together. 10 and 12 years old, and I really like Germany. I feel very good, and it took me a little while to really find out what I like to do in life. Or I think also being in Stuttgart, in the south of Germany, where there is a lot about Porsche and car and engineer, and my husband who has been pushing me more into finding a good employer. It took a little while until I really found coaching and my own voice, my own path. And so I have my business is 3 years, and I'm working full time as a relationship coach, and I simply love it. I think I really, really found my path. I'm reading all the time books about this, listening to podcasts. I'm totally passionate. I think it's so great to have our own or my own business. I feel very empowered, very enthusiastic, and very inspired in my path. Yeah,
Yeah,
with
very
my
nice.
business. Yeah, I'm really
Thank you
happy.
so much for the short introduction. Yeah, I
Of
think
course.
this is like such a blessing when we can do what we love and we're very passionate about it. It's like
Yeah,
really gift, and I think combine our talents and what we love is really nice.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's the goal actually, right?
yeah.
What we should all like really combining our talents with what we do. And yeah, I really feel blessed indeed. I feel very in a very aligned place what I
Yeah.
do for my living.
So you gave us already a short, introduction what you did, or like a short introduction about your way. But maybe, we go to the, what brought you actually to really that when you found out after trying so many things, like you did, like what I was also quite impressed, you were like many years back, like vice Miss Switzerland, and you studied, moved with your husband to Germany, and now you became a relationship coach. So how do you make always your decisions, or what helped you to really find out what you really want to do, where your heart, says this I want to do now?
You know, I have a very, very smooth life actually. My life has always been super smooth, very much. I never had to take big decision. I felt everything came my way. Maybe the coaching a little bit less, but as you mentioned, I did some modeling. I participated in Miss Switzerland. I finished second. I have sponsor. I had everything. I become a host. Everything was smooth. I don't know. Maybe I'm also a positive person, but in a way,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Everything was really smooth in all ways. The only moment I would say which was a little bit less smooth is when after. So I was studying. I had my children. I had modeling. And then I knew my husband was pushing me into a direction like finding a job, which was not fully aligned. He's a little bit older, my husband, so I felt a little bit not fully good enough. And that's the only moment where really I felt okay. I was not fully aligned, and this is when kind of coaching came. It happened really because I was searching more answer about my own life. So I began listen to podcasts about a life coach school in the U.S. and I felt, oh my God, it so much resonated with me that so it found also kind of coaching found me, or I'll find coaching. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you asked me how I took my decision. That was very clear. I didn't have to think so
Mm-hmm.
much. It was like because I knew I always wanted the human at the center of my work. I studied communication, then intercultural communication. I love always the international part, the different culture, languages. So people I knew had to be the center of my life. And then with coaching at Discover, I really wanted not only the human but the emotions, because I love deep conversation. I love looking really. I'm generally interested in what's happening inside every human, what's really moving this person, what's really their dream, their vision. So it felt like, oh my God, yeah, it's totally aligned,
Mm-hmm.
tune with what I would like to do ideally, what is my nature. So it felt good.
Very nice. Yeah, without like really asking all the big questions, that it felt like so natural to you. That's also very also a blessing actually, because I know that many people struggle making decisions or finding their way. And I think this is really nice also and that is then maybe also the right thing when there is no question, just do it. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't mean there was no doubt or fear. I mean, obviously, when you start a business, you hear, but I had, and maybe again, it's not a chance. I mean, I was, I took the great decision, and I'm thanking myself for this, to do this school in the US, which prepare me, I think, all of us, all of the students very well. Being an entrepreneur, going out, failing, getting up, and so I was afraid, but I really wanted to be brave also. I really wanted to be
Mm-hmm.
moving forwards and just like embrace whatever needed to be done. So it was a little bit the value I adopted when I started my old business. And so I was ready to put my determination, my discipline, and to manage my fears in a way to move forward. So yeah, and I also told myself, if it's not this, I know I'm going to grow. I know I'm going to learn something out of it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be last year or whatever. I'm still growing. That's the goal. I'm moving forward. So I didn't feel like I had so much pressure. It felt very natural in that moment, and then I decided, let's go.
Yeah, that's very nice. I think this is also one of advantages maybe of us, because I feel always in Germany like there's so much problem orientated or not like goal orientated, and also that maybe part of this way is also to fail, and it's okay to fail and then stand up again and continue. This is, I think, also very what we can learn always from other cultures and countries. I find this so
Yeah,
inspiring, because I think it's part of the process, and without failures we don't learn anything.
yeah, yeah.
So
I
yeah.
agree, and I think it was really, even with my husband when we discuss. I know his CV is like it's perfect. It's like everything is linked, automotive industry, and one, uh, uh, how do you say, one thing after the other, and it makes sense, and there is no gap and everything. And my view, and of course it's amazing. And as you said, maybe it's really more the German way. I love to think that whatever, even my children, the way I'm educating them, it's like, sweethearts, obviously, I mean, it took me like 35 years old to find out what's really aligned with myself. I do not expect that when you're 12, you know this already. So go something which resonates with you at the moment. You're going to grow, you're going to learn, you're going to evolve, and you're going to take all those skills, and you're going to be able to take better decision, or maybe wiser decision with all this knowledge, maybe 5 years from here. So I do not put pressure on them on finding something and know it is anyway. We're just changing and going different direction. I think maybe before you had one career and you evolved, but now I feel it's just I want them to feel empowered in what they do, and if they want to, exactly. I think it's more a bit my point of view of
Mm-hmm.
gaining knowledge and then evolving and getting to your next version of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
with this knowledge, and then redesigning. I think nothing is permanent, really.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. What do you think can help us, yeah, empowering really go and just, yeah, surrender and find out what is good for us?
How to be aligned, how do you really feel. I think, yeah, I think we all know really naturally with what we like, what we tend to, what we um, after maybe there is so much fear, and maybe we take decisions sometimes to have more security rather than having, and that's very individual. There's no right or wrong here. I think there is very much everybody needs to decide what do they value most. I've grown up really. My dad taught us really we need to be happy, like do something. So my compass from my childhood was really looking for what is making me happy. So surely I had this rather than security, and my husband has a good job, so I also had this luck in a way
Mm-hmm.
to be able to choose. Didn't have so much financial pressure also. So not fully sure how to answer your
Mm-hmm.
question.
Thank you. No, I think like what you said also, like getting this empowerment already from early childhood can help to, yeah, also develop this confidence. And if we don't have it, I think we have to learn it, relearn it, like as you
Maybe.
said, yeah, as you
Mm.
redesign it. later on. Yeah, right. And yeah, like how did it come that you become a relationship coach? I mean, coaching is such a wide word, or like actually also now it's used like for many things, but you really specialize in relationships. What, how did this decision come, or was it also just like because you love it so much? Maybe you can give us there a little insight.
Yeah. So I didn't know first, but obviously I love romantic movies. If I meet you, Catherine, I want to know about your love life before your career. That's really what I'm interested about. Tell me, how is it with your husband? How is it with your boyfriend? Yeah, I prefer than really what was your last career step. I'm just generally more interested in this. And then really, it really comes from my own experience. We went through a really challenging time with my husband after the children. We had a break also in our marriage, and I had so many challenge in my own relationship, my whole life. I've been coach every single week on my own relationship. So really this willingness to understand, to put effort, and so all the effort I was putting myself in my own marriage, in a way, it came quite naturally actually that actually it's interesting me, this topic. So I guess a mix of really who I am, my interest, and what I experience in my own life, what I've become to master a little bit better, or maybe master it's too pretentious. Understand what I've become to understand a little bit better the dynamics of romantic relationships.
Yeah, I think also one of the most important topics in our life now. We learn so much from relationships and can, grow
Yeah.
from that so much. So it's like so important, your work. And yeah, I'm curious, like with what kind of topics, maybe if you can generalize it, like come clients to you, which like challenges do they have, or maybe like we know all like from my relationship, so and like that we have sometimes always the same patterns, and it's very hard to come out of those patterns. And yeah, maybe you can give us there a little overview.
Yeah. Well, most of the time, my clients say it's like we don't communicate well, but actually, yeah, the connection gets lost in expectation and resentment that builds over years, and so it's just difficult after a while when my clients come to. So now mostly I really have almost only couples coming to me, and even though they want to put effort, I feel they are so careful to open up again, to be vulnerable. So it requires work and trust and really effort to bring love and connection for both of them to open up again, and perspective. Obviously, you need to coaching really helps changing the perspective on how you see things, because very often we're really wired to see the negative, what our partner don't do, what our partner doesn't have. And I was 100% the same with my husband. I really shifted this. So it's conscious efforts. But to go back to your question, exactly the typical pattern, I would say, the really most what's always come, it's like when I have couple coming to me, they always want my help to help fix the other. So they believe we do this work, I'm going to be happy if my wife will finally be able to change. And the foundation of the work we're doing together, because I'm always coaching individually first, is, you know what, let's your wife aside for a moment, or let's your husband, let's look at yourself. What can you do to change your relationship? What can you do to actually improve, having a better dynamic? And there's so much to do. So that's the biggest shift and I think it's not possible to shift a relationship if each of us is not looking at our responsibility and the effort we bring, the parts we actually do, because there is always something we can do better to support or to communicate, or so I hope it's answer your question a little bit better, but I
Yeah,
think yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
good.
Yeah, what would you say, like, because I know from myself when I'm full of anger or like very fucked up with a
Yeah.
situation, I think, well, how can this be, like, how respectless or whatever.
Yeah.
And but I know, like, of course, from my own, like, understanding, from my own development, this always starts with me. But sometimes when I'm in the situation, it's very hard to remember it. And like, there's this movie in my head, and then I just react. So how what or what would you recommend in those situations when you're facing, like, always the same reaction from yourself, and then of course like the behavior of the other person? But when I really start with myself, what is, like, your recommendation, what to do,
I guess
or with
just if you
starting?
say, yeah, if you say you
Mm,
recognize what is the pattern,
mhm,
what does it, if you say you recognize something, there is a trigger here, something which really triggers you. And maybe you want to react. And now, how, I mean, what kind of partner do you want, how you want to react, but maybe looking at, okay, I noticed that when he speaks to me a bit with a higher voice, with a like more aggressive, I don't know, tone, that doesn't feel. Where is it coming from? So very often in the childhood, in the way or whatever. So maybe just recognizing, oh, okay, my part here would be to recognize I'm maybe more sensitive to this. So what is my part of responsibility? Maybe voicing it to my partner. You know what I've recognized? For this, I'm kind of more sensitive. It's kind of triggers me. How can we work together? So maybe you can maybe more careful, and maybe my work would be, okay, this is one of my trigger again. What do I need in this moment from him? Maybe to be, and very often, most of the time, we want to be reassured, we want love, because something. So how can we work together? When he recognizes you get into this trigger, how can he reassure you and give you what you need? So there is this work where both of you can complement each other, but your work will be to recognize you have a trigger and maybe you're more sensitive on this, which is not right or wrong, but just recognizing, so you know how you can work on your own and maybe ask your partner for help and support, and that he knows that this is a more sensitive topic for you, so he's not getting so crazy when this happens. Like, I know this is sensitive for you. How can I support you or do it better?
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, to explain really what is going on. I think this is sometimes what I'm missing when I'm out of the situation. But when I'm in, then I think, oh, okay. But of course, when I observe, or like when I listen to friends or like clients, or then I know, yeah, it's when you step out of it, then it looks different when you look from a perspective, but mostly in the
100%.
situation. Yeah, but I think it's always good, yeah, to mind and to relearn also, maybe. And
Yeah,
I think also sometimes we have learned now in our childhood or with our parents or maybe relatives, like kind of a
yeah,
relationship pattern. And what I always observe, I behaved in a similar way, even if I don't want to,
yeah, yeah,
or that I didn't like it in my childhood, but it's like really, yeah, the same
yeah.
again.
Of
Hmm.
course, of course. We have
Yeah.
been, yeah, exactly. I mean, make so much out of us, our childhood, the way we have been brought up, and
Hmm.
our. So obviously, it's yeah. Sometimes it takes really, really lots of effort and awareness to be able to shift what we were just being aware and what's the way we react because we have been used to a certain ways when we're younger. So
Hmm.
yes,
Hmm. You mentioned earlier, like that, yeah, there's a lack of vulnerability, that we have, yeah, lost this kind of being really vulnerable. Maybe you could explain, or why do you think it is like that, and how we can relearn also this, that we can, because I think it's a very important thing that we can be really open for others, or for a relationship, or open our heart.
yeah, for sure. So what I've learned is how you really what I've learned is like how you recreate connection is really through vulnerability. I mean, it's you can do date nights, you can go on vacation, but it's not the same. You need to be able to open up to your partner, to really, when you open what's really on your heart, what you're going through, how you feel, and you know it's safe. Because to be vulnerable, you need safety. You know that what you're going to be explaining, it's going to arrive in safe hands. So you need this safety before vulnerable to be able to be vulnerable. And above all for women, the safety is very, very important. So we need to create safety to be able to be vulnerable. And when you are vulnerable, it's when you are able just to speak with your heart. It's like, hey, sweetheart, maybe taking your example, I've noticed, the way I react, this and this, and I'm sorry, I don't want to react like this, but I'm getting very sensitive when this and this happen, and then yeah, just having heart-to-heart conversation is when you are vulnerable. So how you can have more of this is really training. We are just afraid to open up, so it's really try to create safety. So to have rules, to train is when I do with my clients when we are together. It's like I'm teaching them how to communicate in a way where you let the blame and the aggression aside and you just try to listen first. That creates safety also, creating a space, holding space for your partner. I'm here and I'm going to listen and I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to criticize you. I'm just going to be here because I'm curious to know what's going on with you. So it's really about creating this space where you listen, and that creates safety because okay, I'm not being criticized. I can open up. So this is why communication is very important, and part of this creating the safety, the way you say things, the way you emphasize, the way you listen. So how you create vulnerability first would be how you listen, how you hold space for your partner, not trying to justify yourself directly. Yeah, but let me tell you my own view. It's like, no, please, I just want to know about what you think, what's going on in your head. So this is how I would get my clients to create this vulnerability, this safety.
The safety space, yeah, this is really important, yeah, when I think about it. And also
Yeah.
what you said, like that really listening without judgment or any opinion, that this is, I think, it sounds very easy, but in reality it's not that easy. Or I don't know, because we have always an opinion or a bias about something, but really active listening is like such a
100%.
gift, like
Yeah.
that someone really listen what you are saying, and it's not on the phone or in like
Yeah.
the to-do list or in the next meeting or whatever.
Exactly.
So this is like a very,
Yeah, you
yeah.
can train. You can challenge yourself this week. It's not about my opinion, it's only about the other opinion. So doing homework to my clients sometimes. So yeah, it's just you can really train the active listening. I'm really trying to be better and better with my husband and really trying, okay, I hear you, did I understand correctly? And I told him the tricks. We're trying to, it's like, wait, you need to ask me this, baby. So please, we train together. Yeah.
Very nice. What else do you give as homework for your clients? Do you have something?
Gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Very often, just say something positive, express gratitude, express. We just really, most of the time, see what we don't have, and we so much forget about all the things we do for the other. And when one is grateful, one is expressing, hey, thank you, it's just so much easier. Because in a way, you open the door already, you do one step toward the other, and so it's so much easier for the other also to be able to do one step towards you. So I love yesterday I coached a couple and their homework is like minimum one compliment or positive things per day during the next week where they needs to come up with something genuine. Obviously you don't need to force yourself, but so it's really force your brain to focus on things that are positive that we really tend to take for granted.
Yeah, that's very, like, this is also so good, because I think we are so much, especially in relationships, that we are focused on the things what
Uh,
are missing and not the
mhm,
good ones actually. And
mhm,
I don't know, we have decided for someone because out of a reason, and this is a good reminder, I think,
mhm.
to why we have chosen this person, yeah,
Exactly,
or being
exactly.
in this
Yeah,
relationship, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. When we say like a relationship is like baking a cake, what would you say like the three main ingredients which make a relationship really a happy and, yeah, fulfilling relationship?
So definitely self-responsibility, I would say. Kindness and vulnerability. There are so many, but That's what's coming up.
Thank you. We were just like talking a little bit in the pre-conversation about it. We were just recently in Fiji at like a workshop or retreat with Tony Robbins, and I know you have or saw already also on Instagram that you have been already to many. Maybe you want to share how it was, and also what was your biggest insights from this events.
Yeah, I discover Tony's work last September, and I truly fell in love with his view, his positive view, how much you can actually shift your focus to be happier. So his main message is like suffering is 100% optional. So it's really about life is happening to you, is happening for you, not to you. So it's really, I think Tony is really teaching how to be happier, how to live a more empowered life, and I love this. So went to many, I'm a member of his program this year, so I'm traveling a lot, I must say. The despair of my husband, I'm very often, so I'm soon going to Croatia, and there's also the relationship trip. I guess it's or Hawaii or Bali at the end of the year. We will see, but I think the community also, people are just so seeing the positive in you and empowering you, and I think it's a mix of everything, which it's Tony himself, his messages, and you feel, for me, because I was in Fiji, as you just mentioned, and someone asked me also, okay, a member, why? Tell me more. I guess it's just to make sure I'm just keep on evolving, keep on pushing myself, or I don't know pushing if that's the right words, but on evolving and getting to my next level, because you always need to take decision with Tony, always need to decide what I'm going to do. You need to be brave in a way, and I'm really something, as I told you at the beginning, really something of value I want to embrace, kind of courageous, and okay, let's take decision which are scary but really brings you further. So that's really something direction I'm trying to live my life with, and so I feel really optimized or enhanced. I took one little decision I had to take, or I decided. It's typically, I'm reading only 15 minutes a day, but I've just finished my 5th book this year, and I love it so much. I'm learning so much. It's such a good, and this is also everything. Thanks to Tony's work, the way I'm doing like some healthy juices, because in Fiji was about health also. Even though I'm already living a very healthy lifestyle, there's so many short, like little decisions where I feel I'm just keep on getting better or optimizing myself, my life, and I feel I really have the tool how I can see at my life, at the world, in a way where it's serving me, and not where I feel, oh my God, it's hard, oh my God, poor me, or it's. So I have those tools, and it feels amazing. I'm so happy. I'm such a happy person. I'm such a blessed person. I'm just very enthusiastic about Tony and his work and his community.
Yeah, very cool, and I think it inspires also your work. No, it's like a transformation, or
Yeah, sure.
like go
Yeah,
through it
exactly.
through
It's
your
a
work then as
constant
well. Yeah.
transformation. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And it's
Mhm.
also interesting what you said, and it's also what I totally believe, that you're like, even the small things now, they count, like in
Yeah,
doing the persistently and or
yeah.
consistently, and not like, today I read like 50 pages and then for 4 weeks nothing, just like the small things, just like that this makes really the difference to create really transformation in a different way. When we want to be someone else, we have to do also that we become someone
Exactly.
else. Yeah. And
Exactly.
this
Yeah,
day
yeah,
by day. Yeah.
yeah. And Tony's very much about let's go. He has energy, and you can do it. And I'm kind of the same. It's not for every personality, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm really inspired. I like it. I like, as I said, being courageous. Let's go. Let's do it. So I like kind of challenge myself. So that's really resonating with me. Again, maybe not for everyone, but with my personality,
Yeah.
it's really 100% resonating. Yes.
Yeah, that's also very cool. And I think this is also important that for everyone fits something different, but I
Yeah.
think it's so important to have
Yeah.
someone on your side who is empowering you, and also maybe, tries that you make like this more steps out of the comfort zone and not staying in the comfort zone.
Mhm.
And I believe always
Exactly.
what scares you the most, that's a very good sign for really striving there, really going
Mhm.
there and do it.
Exactly. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, wow. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing. It's very
Of course.
inspiring. When you look back like to the 18 years old Sabrina, like when you would have like a message from your perspective now for her, what kind of message would you give her?
I think I was doing really good with 18 years old because I was
Mm.
really traveling, living my best life, modeling. I had good money. I was just really following was my dad, like be happy, go after. So I met my husband, full in love. I had great studies. So I was 18 years old. I think the where I would give me maybe more an advice would be even though I like to believe everything happened for a reason, everything, it's really what Tony teaches also. I wanted to refer back to what my husband, this little bit of insecure phase I was in when he was pushing me to apply for Porsche or where I don't feel it's fully, well, I guess I could have worked there, but I don't feel it's really would have nourished my soul in a way. So maybe to be more, but I don't know, I wanted to say, to be more self-assured in a way, to know already, but at the same time I guess it's really you learn it along the way. You need to go through those challenges to look back and reflect. So but maybe yeah, my advice would be it's not because he's older, it's not because it's functioning so well for him that he knows what's good for you. So maybe don't be impressed by others. Nobody knows what's good for you. You need to listen to your inner voice. That would be more this. Don't get impressed by other who, yeah, who are successful and who are happy. Doesn't know. Yeah, it doesn't mean they know what's best for you. That would be my advice for myself.
Thank you so much. I think this
Yeah,
is really cool. Yeah, because are so important because I think so many times we compare ourselves, but I think it's
yeah,
better to really use others as an inspiration and not just like all this comparison. This creates so much pressure, I think, and also, yeah, so much energy is wasted just for this. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Exactly. Perfect the way you frame it. It's not about
mm,
comparing
mm.
yourself. It's about okay, exactly. If that person can this person inspire me for my own growth, but just going my own way. So perfect the way you
Yeah.
framed it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow, Sabrina, thank you so much for all the inspiring insights you gave. It was, I take so much with me, and I hope everyone who is listening. And yeah, I put all the information regarding your work. Like when someone
Thank
now
you.
thinks, "Oh, I have like such a difficult relationship and I cannot manage
I'm
it on
here.
my own," then Sabrina is
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
I put all the links regarding your work and all the contact details in the show notes that everyone can check it up. And yeah, thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Sabrina, for
Oh.
your time, for your being, and your good energy and your
No, I really
inspiration.
thank
Thank
you
you.
for just connecting with me, giving me this chance, listening to me with so much engagement. Thank you, Catherine. And again, I really would like to thank you. Amazing, really big shout out for the work you're doing, for just coming out of this. I know your past also has been you have been courageous and brave, not following maybe the typical path, and spending lots of time in India and everything. So you're really an inspiration too. So an honor to be part of your podcast. So thank you for giving me the chance.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sabrina. It was really
Of course.
lovely having you here. Thank you
Yeah,
so
same
much.
here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Bye,
Thank
Catherine.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück aus der Folge mit Sabrina Engelhardt. Ich hoffe, du hast für dich ganz viele Inspirationen mitnehmen können, vielleicht auch den einen oder anderen Aha-Moment gehabt. Und ja, wenn dir die Folge gefallen hat, dann freuen wir uns über eine Rezension, entweder auf Spotify, YouTube oder Instagram. Und wenn du keine Folge mehr von Love, Life and Other Stories verpassen möchtest, dann abonniere am besten den Podcast direkt auf Spotify oder YouTube. Und wenn du weitere Informationen zu meiner Arbeit haben möchtest, entweder zur systemischen Aufstellungsarbeit oder zum Coaching oder zu aktuellen Retreats und Workshops, dann schau super gerne auf meiner Webseite vorbei, www.katrinpreisner.com. Dort findest du alle aktuellen Events und weitere Informationen zum Coaching und zur Aufstellungsarbeit. Jetzt wünsche ich dir erstmal einen ganz, ganz tollen Tag. Fühl dich von Herzen umarmt, deine Katrin.